Hello, welcome to Ask Bill and Kate, Thursday nights at 8. Episode 167. Yeah, we keep climbing and climbing more and more. Hey, before you sit down, can you close that barn door? Or most of it anyway. We have a barn door downstairs that separates the kind of downstairs from the upstairs. My son and daughter-in-law live with us, so we want to kind of give them, some privacy and stuff like that. So anyway, look, here's Bill. I got lipstick on my glasses. There's Bill.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing, Bill? Don't knock anything over.
You got the chair too close.
I didn't put it there like that.
Somebody did. That's not where it normally is.
Did you turn on the hot tub?
Yeah.
Because I hear it chirps like a bird when the heater's on.
The gas line.
Yeah. So anyway, yay. So yeah, I'm back in town this week, so we're not doing separated. Did I do it separated last week? Yeah, I did. Okay, I had to think. The days and weeks are running together and stuff. So, you happy to have me back in town?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because I like being with you.
Why?
Because I do. There's lots of reasons.
Give me one reason.
You're pretty.
He has to say that.
No, I don't. I think you're pretty.
All right. Well, thanks. All right. Well, cool. Well, I'm glad I'm back too. So.
Oh, good. Why are you happy to be back?
Because you're good looking. I don't know what that means.
Shoveling shit.
I don't understand that. I don't understand what that means.
I just explained it to you.
That doesn't make any sense to me though. I forgot to turn this on.
All right. Don't need it.
Anyway, how's this week been?
Slow again. And it's actually been more like a roller coaster because we feel like we're getting really close on a couple of prospects for buying some of our listings, and then either the news flow shuts down, or we get bad news, or we thought we were getting good news. So it's been one of those kind of weeks. How's that?
It's a recipe for an ulcer. I'm telling you what. Golly. It's just, you gotta I guess we have to just not think about it. Right?
Well, you can't help but think about it, but we can't let it get to us. This is a very strange market that we are in right now.
Yes, indeed. So, oh, God.
But the good news of the day is when the head of the Fed was in front of Congress this week.
Head of the Fed? Is his name Ted?
No, it's not Ted. But at any rate.
Fred?
No,
What's his name?
Nothing wrong. I can't remember, but something Powell. I can't think of his first name.
Colin?
No. But at any rate, I think maybe it's Jay Powell. I don't know. Whatever. At any rate, he said in front of Congress that he firmly believes that federal interest rates will go down sometime this year, hopefully more than once.
Do you believe him that he believes that?
Well, he's been kind of saying it off and on, and I think the inflation,
Is he a storyteller?
the latest inflationary numbers would indicate that things are continuing to move in a good direction. So that's all we can.
Very frustrating. We are just as frustrated as you guys are. Believe me, we're just as frustrated as sellers, and we're just as frustrated as buyers. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And we wish, my God, that we could be like, ding, and make things all better. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
It would be.
But, we don't have that power. But, all right, there's Escrow. Say hi to Mr. Escrow if he's still there hanging around. You ready for some questions, Bill?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, Abby from Tyrone says, should I price my home high when I go to list it so I have some wiggle room to negotiate? What are your thoughts?
Absolutely not.
And why not?
So think of pricing a home as kind of a bell curve. At the top of that bell curve is
I like the way when you go like this.
is the optimum
I'm visual.
is the optimum
How come you're not doing
market value
it?
is the optimum market value for your home. You ultimately don't want to be on the high side because that's actually going to drive people away.
You don't want to be high.
Yeah, you don't want to be higher and negotiate down. What you really want to have happen is you want to be just a smidge below that peak in hopes of bringing more and more people to the table and actually getting into a bidding war to drive that price even higher than that optimum value. So that's the rule of thumb in terms of how you price, and that's what's going to drive things. And remember, at the end of the day, that optimum price is determined by the appraiser who gets assigned to the property by the buyer's loan officer or loan company. It's random, but nonetheless, that's the person who's ultimately going to decide the value of your home.
They are the king.
Yep.
Or the god, or whatever you want to call it.
That's not to say that we haven't seen some appraisals come in low and we've been able to work on them and get them moved
You've
up.
done that before, yes.
If there's a glaring issue with an appraiser because they've missed something, then we can certainly work on that and throw more comps into the table to get that price back where we ultimately believe it belongs.
Oh, you had to do that a couple times.
I've had to do it several times.
You know,
And
he does all that business.
I
don't
won't
do
say
it.
that I've got a perfect track record in getting it higher, but I've got a pretty good record.
You get people high. Don't pay attention to me. I said that wrong. I'm reading something as he's saying that. It just came out all wrong. So, yeah. What?
Nothing.
Okay. Alberto from History City says, does it matter which brokerage my real estate agent belongs to? No, it does not, Alberto, because the agent, the brokerage isn't going to sell your house. Not like everybody in the brokerage is not going to work to market your home and pay for the pictures and pay for the flyers and make the phone calls. I mean, right, think about it. Who's going to do that? The agent that you hire is. It's kind of like, I always say, like the doctors at, Piedmont Hospital, Piedmont, whatever hospital. Like, is Piedmont treating you? No, your doctor is treating you. And there are several doctors in there. I mean, matter of fact, you can have a doctor that you want treating you, and then you can say, you know what, I don't like this particular doctor in this group. I want this one now. I've done that before, So, and then the other doctor is treating you with a different treatment plan or what have you. And it's not the hospital, just the doctor happens to work for that hospital for whatever reason, some kind of benefit that they're getting or cut or however they, configure that. But that has nothing to do with the patient. It's all about the doctor and, hospital relationship. Just like with agents and brokerages, that has nothing to do with our clients. It's all in, what we're going to get from being in the brokerage that we choose. What kind of cut we're going to have, what kind of, training we're going to get, what kind of support we're going to get.
But, at the end of the day, we're collaborating with virtually everybody else out there in the marketplace to help get your home sold. So, we certainly hope that we can find a buyer for a home that we're selling or vice versa. But we ultimately collaborate with all agents in all brokerages to help get your home sold.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. Raphael from Tyrone wants to know, how much are typical closing costs? That's a great question, Raphael. What you got for?
So it's going to vary on a number of factors related to, but the kind of costs that you're going to incur is you're going to incur fees from your lender, and those fees are going to be dependent upon your credit score and the amount of money you make and your income level, etc. And then how much you're putting down is going to be a factor in terms of all those costs that are associated with that. Some of the costs that you definitely want to incur albeit some are optional. Your lender's definitely going to require you to have title insurance, and we certainly recommend that not only should you have title insurance through the lender, but you should also have it for yourself, because while they are few and far between, title challenges are a big issue, and if you don't have title insurance on your equity in the home, then you're potentially going to lose out should your title be challenged. So it's very low cost in the big scheme of things, and that peace of mind is extremely important.
Interesting.
And then you're going to have, legal fees for doing a title search and, all the things that the lawyer does to file. In Georgia, you are absolutely required to use a title lawyer to close, so that there's that.
Alrighty. Trina from Noonan says, can you help me understand what it means when an offer is contingent on a home selling? Okay.
Okay, so you've got somebody who's interested in your home, and they have a home of their own. And the only way they can afford to buy your home is if they actually sell their home and can get the equity out and or, not have to make 2 mortgage payments. It could be one or both of those things going on at the same time. So they're just going to put a contingency on that. Now, there are times where that contingency comes with a kick-out clause that ultimately you would leave your home on the market. If a better deal comes along that it doesn't carry a contingency, then you can then go back to the original offer and say, you've got 48 hours to either remove the contingency or I'm moving on without you. And we've seen that actually work out to the buyer's benefit, because, they ultimately, at the time they put the offer in, they didn't have their home sold, but in the meantime, they did get their home sold, so they were able to drop the contingency because they felt comfortable that their house was going to close, and indeed it did, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep. All right. Richard from Peachtree City wants to know, have you ever gotten into a disagreement with either a seller or a buyer, and how did you handle that situation? Yes, Richard. I mean, not everybody, falls in love with us and our, tactics, strategies, and vice versa. So, you got to get along when you're doing.
Yeah, so our best approach is to, to the best of our ability, just take a step back and explain why we're suggesting the actions that we're taking. At the end of the day, the only decision maker is ultimately you, the seller, or you, the buyer, in terms of which direction you want to go.
Right.
We're here solely as advisors, so we don't get to make the decisions. Either the buyer or the seller does. Our job is to present options and what we think is the best path to go forward. And if you choose to go in a different direction, then so be it. And we're certainly not going to say I told you so. But those situations certainly do arise. We've got experience on a multitude of levels, and when we need some advice on a key question that's up in the air, and either you're not liking our initial answer or whatnot, we'll go to our broker and get additional guidance, and go to our peers as well within our brokerage to kind of get guidance. Have you ever faced this particular situation, and how would you approach it?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We do that all the time for the benefit of our client, because our clients are the number one goal, not the other party. Now, we can pretty much have as close to a crystal ball as you can in terms of predicting what the other party will do, or the advice that the other agent will give the other party, and how we should react to it, but that's the best we have.
Yep. And we have let go of clients before when we feel that the working relationship that we have isn't
where it needs to be.
Isn't where it needs to be, and isn't working out, or people aren't taking our advice at all. Then why are we helping them? It's not working.
We do make investments in every, whether it be time, money, or both. We are making an investment in each and every transaction that we participate in. So, keep that in mind. We have to put skin in the game in order to help get your home sold or to help find you a home.
Yeah, I mean, we're in it all the way, full throttle. I mean, that's all we do. That's all we do. You know, and if we don't get it to the finish line, you know, with the most amount of money in your pocket, because that's our goal, then, you know,
We've done you a disservice, and that's
Yeah,
not the way we operate.
then why even do this? That's just not gonna, you know, like, I like being a perfectionist, you know, with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Painting, if it's going to take me forever, and fine, so be it. You know, but at least I know it's done perfectly, and I don't mind taking my time with stuff, you know, knowing that things are going to be done right, you know, and you do that as well with, you know,
Yep.
contracts and stuff. Do we ever mess up? We're human, so
We
it
make mistakes.
happens. So, you know, when it's brought to our attention that we messed up and stuff like that, we fix it. We immediately get on it pronto and all that. We try for that not to happen, to mess up, but, you know, we're not going to be like, oh, yeah, we never do this. Because that's just not true with anybody. What happened?
Nothing.
Okay. I thought something was about to fall.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, so hopefully that answered your question, Richard. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, you ready for a joke?
Is that 5 questions already?
That's 5 questions.
Wow. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So, since we are in the month of March already, got a March joke. All right, Bill, which type of bow can't be tied in March? You give
A
up?
rainbow?
Yes, rainbow. That's good. That's good. All right.
Isn't that true any month?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, did we ever figure out the heads up? It's still never gonna like do the turn thing, whatever. God, that's so aggravating. We can't figure anything out on
It's
that.
not, Gosh, it's not for us to figure out. They made a software change from the way it was, and I don't know if it's,
Did you like write him a letter?
and I did, and I have not heard anything back.
Did you really?
I like wrote an email.
Is there a number to call? I can call him.
No.
I can
there's
call
no
him from burner number so they
Nope.
answer.
Nope. There's no. You can write a letter to Ellen.
Oh, is she like not in business anymore or
No,
something?
she is. I mean,
Like, does she not have her show anymore? Like,
I'm not 100% sure on whether that's.
I don't think
still,
she's gonna answer me.
Well.
All right. Anyway, would you rather? It's St. Patrick's Day version,
Okay.
okay, or March version, whatever. All right, Bill. Would you rather only be able to wear green for all of March, or only wear your pajamas for all of March?
Green.
All right. Would you rather have Lucky Charms or rainbow pancakes for breakfast?
Probably rainbow pancakes.
Would you rather have green ears or green lips?
Probably lips.
All right. Would you rather have a leprechaun's beard or a unicorn's horn?
Probably a leprechaun's beard.
Or would
I'm
you
working
rather?
on it.
You know, Greg shaved off his goatee.
All of it?
Like live.
Or just.
Yeah, all of it. He was like, "Here, watch this." My brother, he had it like down to here.
Yeah.
And just,
You took it off all the way, didn't just trim it?
I mean, he's got like it's not smooth, but it's like he did the probably number 2.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Number
Maybe.
or number whatever. Yeah, and you could hear it. Yeah.
He did it on Facebook Live?
I saw it on Instagram. It's probably on Facebook too. Would you rather have a magic wand that could turn everything into gold, or have a magic carpet that flies?
No, magic wand.
I'd rather have a magic carpet.
But if you can make as much gold as you want, you can buy a magic carpet.
All right. Would you rather live in an Irish castle or an ice castle?
Irish.
And would you rather sound like a leprechaun or only be able to speak in rhymes? I don't a leprechaun sounds like.
I guess like the Lucky Charms guy. Probably the best example we have, but probably a leprechaun.
All right, fun fact. On March 10th, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell made the first ever phone call. It was to his assistant, and he said, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you."
I knew that.
You knew that? How did you know that?
Because I used to work in the Bell system.
Oh, that's right. But, so they're like, okay, you got to know this with the first, like,
No, I mean,
was it like a
but
thing
I'd
on the
already,
wall,
I mean, I'd
or-
already heard it in school when we, studied inventors. So,
Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Well, look, 678-628-KATE. That's the best number in real estate, and that's what you need to call when you got a real estate need or any question that you need us to answer or anything like that. Bill can answer questions all week long. You can send them in. If you need an immediate answer, we can do that, or you can wait for us to,
air them here and
To
let
air
everybody
them on
know.
the
And
show.
sometimes you'll get both. Because if it's a really good question, we'll certainly answer it immediately as well as bring it to the table so everybody else can hear.
Do not forget that we are also Homes for Heroes realtors, okay? What that means is if you are an active or former educator, that also means if you work in the office of the school, if you're a school bus driver, anything to do with education, healthcare worker, firefighter, law enforcement, EMS, you will get a check back from Homes for Heroes after closing if we work
Don't
for
forget
you.
military.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I said that. No, absolutely not forget military. But if we work for you, whether buying or selling, so extra money in your pocket, can't go wrong with that.
Nope.
Cannot go wrong with that. So keep
No.
that in mind. And only 2% of realtors in the whole nation are Homes for Heroes realtors. We're part of that 2%, so,
There you go.
right?
Absolutely.
info@hayforgroup.com. Send your questions there or text it to us. Like I said, give us a call, 678-628-KATE. You got anything else to add?
You covered it succinctly as always.
Succinctly?
Mm-hmm.
Succinctly?
Yeah.
Succinctly. That's a word?
Yeah.
I never heard that word. I must have been absent that day. Succinctly.
Yeah.
You didn't make that up.
Clearly.
I need to look at that word, what that means. Succinctly.
I just
Okay.
told you.
How
Clearly.
do you spell it?
I'm probably going to butcher the spelling, but I'm going to say SUCINCT.
I never heard that word.
LY.
How about that? Cool. All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right. Good night, everybody.